talked about the fact that you're a fan of comic books. Why don't we continue from there and talk about some of your favorite comic books, perhaps in recent years?
Comic books are great, man. They're the last stand for illustration in the world. It's the last place on earth where illustration actually, that kind of stuff rules. Every month in, month out, new comic books come out. It's like it's a great place for concepts, unbridled. Unbridled concepts. Anything can go in a comic book. That's why I love them, and they look damn pretty. And now they're all over the net. You can get them digitally. You can get them. So it's like I'm hoping they're going to get bigger again. I love anything that's drawn on these days. I go by artists. Anything that's drawn by this guy Jeff DePaulo or Jerome Opena. Who are some of the other guys? There's so many guys. But yeah, I've been reading stuff like I can't even think now. What the hell? How many comic books do I read a week? 100? It's not. Yeah, and they're fast too. Yeah, I like Jeff DePaulo, Jerome Opena, people doing books like Dr. Voodoo, and Taskmaster. There's a really cool independent comic book called The Bulletproof Coffin. Mm-hmm. They're all over the place, and a lot of them are really good. The superhero, some of the superhero stuff is really good, and some of the non-superhero stuff is even better. There's a bunch of crime comic books coming out now. There's one called Criminal. Mm-hmm. That's really, really good. It's not like a superhero thing. It's just like down and dirty, like crime stuff, much like an early 1970s crime movie. Mm-hmm. And it's cool. I mean, telling stories with static panels, left to right, eye movement, mm-hmm. that kind of stuff. It's a different trip. It's not cinema.
Right.
And it's not it's not prose. It's something on its own. It's got its own merit, and I love it. I loved it since I was a kid, mm-hmm. and I'm never going to stop loving it. It's cool.
I got to say, this brings up to mind. There was a few years back, I think the Melvins came out with a comic book that complemented their music, and in the 90s there was Gasoffer, who put out every album with a complimentary comic book as well. Have you ever thought about doing something like that as well?
I have. Over the years, I have. And I never really went for it because I figured that would be probably too much of a... Monster Manual tried to find all that between the comic book imagery and stuff. I probably just didn't want to give it over totally to that. Mm-hmm. To that vibe, because I had a feeling that people would misinterpret. But now the years have gone by, I would love to do it. I was actually thinking of doing a lyric book of Monster Manual lyrics and have that illustrated, some of it as a comic book.
That could be a brilliant idea.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that might be the best way to get the comic book Jones out, and plus get a lot of lyrics out and have it illustrated the way it should. So I'm going to start to think about that this year.
That could be cool, and you could contact some of the artists you previously mentioned.
Yeah, exactly. All those guys. I mean, those guys are like real superheroes, Screw this rock and roll shit. If I could draw like one of those guys, I would probably never leave my house. I don't know how they do it. I'm so jealous of people who could draw. Oh, man.